It's Venus. We're here live at the Hub City Jazz Fest 2025. I hear it's the best ever. Stay tuned.
Music is the answer. Sweet music is the way. Gospel, jazz, R&B touches you every day. Talk about how it moves you differently day to day. It's the R&B Bistro. Letting music have its way.
And we're back at the Jazz Fest, and this time we're sitting with some absolutely awesome young men. Let me tell you all about them. They're an awesome group of extremely talented musicians led by Javon Grant and Pete Bathalos, he'll correct me if I'm wrong, who started the group back in 2016. They united other talent from different walks of life to form a very culturally diverse group to impart their mission, which is to create and perform art for the ears. I like that. They are quickly becoming the go-to band for all types of events and feature some people around town that we know. So guys, can we get up close and personal?
Yes, we can.
All right, yes we can. That sounds like a song.
Yeah.
You know that song, Yes We Can? Never mind. Okay. So Young Picassos, what inspired you to choose this name for your group?
Oh, yes. So we are some Rutgers alumni, and
Okay.
we met at Rutgers, obviously, and we really love the strange arrange type of method of music. So
Say that again, the
strange arrange.
strange arrange. What does that mean?
Yeah, so it means, you know, we play some cover songs, but we don't want to play it cookie cutter. We don't want it to be something that
like
you've
it.
heard often, and we want to have active listeners too. So every part of the song, we're trying to switch it up, and there were some songs that we would change so much and arrange so differently that, you know, it became abstract, and that's where the whole concept of the Young Picassos came, because, you know, Pablo Picasso
Yeah.
was a very abstract
Yeah,
man, but
yeah.
you know, all of his pieces came together. So that's where our tagline, "Art for Your Ears," comes in.
And I like that word, strange arrange. See, I'm getting out that accent again. I have to stop that. Anyway, so how do you pick your musicians? I've noticed, I've seen some things you've done online, and I've seen some different musicians. I've actually seen a whole group of folks. So how do you choose the musicians you use?
Well, first and foremost, we're a band, we're a company, so we want to make sure that we're very versatile. We usually like to go to open mic events, we'll go to different poetry events, and we'll see what other musicians are there. We also use social media to see what musicians are there. Once we get in contact with some of these musicians, we start rehearsing, doing practices, starting to get a vibe, and then we pretty much will switch in and out different musicians, just so, because each musician has a different background of how they grew up, and that you can tell in the way that they play that it shows out. So even some of the musicians here, we have, you know, us from the islands, Trinidad and Haitian, and some of them we have a Latin saxophone player, and the other ones are just, you know, Black American, but the culture that they bring helps just bring a different vibe to our overall music.
Yeah, that kind of brings me to my next question, because in keeping with your mission, would you say that music is the universal language that connects people and cultures and et cetera? Do you think so?
Of course, I would definitely say that is something. There's so many doors that have opened for us. There's so many people that we've talked to that we literally would not have talked to them unless there was that, you know, similar topic that we can just gel on. So yeah, that's what I would say.
It is absolutely the universal language. Like, you have the steel pan, which is kind of like our center, focal point for our music, and people from the islands will literally gather towards us because of the
because of
steel
that,
pan.
yes.
But we're not playing your typical soca Caribbean music. We're playing R&B, we're playing Latin music, we're playing jazz, we're playing all types of music. Fusing it and bringing people in through the language of the steel pan, but also embellishing all the other languages from piano, drums. Each instrument has a different beat, a different language that, like, to me, I can hear it. I'm the musical director for our band, so I will help our musicians direct them towards, like, you know, how to start, how to end, how to break, and all together we make that language, that sound that people love.
Yeah, so tell me about the steel pan. You play the steel pan, right?
Yes, my mother put me in steel pan lessons as an only child around 7. She didn't want me playing too many video games and watching too much
do
TV.
this.
Yeah, so she said, you're going to get out and play. And, I didn't like it at first. But, it's just something that I'm so happy that this instrument is a part of my life. Obviously, it's the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago. And it's come a long way. The only instrument to be created in the 20th century from a barrel, oil drum, discarded oil drums from World War II. And it showed up on the islands, the shores of Trinidad and Tobago. And just throughout the creativity of, people not having too much, they were able to form this instrument. And
Use what you got.
and that's what I try to do in my music too. I really try and carve out something out of nothing. I really try and push the boundaries because music is a flexible thing.
And it's a language. It's definitely a language.
sure is.
Yeah. So do you do vocals as well?
Not officially. Yeah. You're gonna have to catch us in 2026.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that mean that you don't know whether you can sing, Javon?
Not officially. Not officially.
Okay. All right. I don't want you singing, Javon.
Well, Pete is the one. He's more like Jamie Foxx, so he does the keys and sings. So
all right then.
You know how fast that.
It stays in the car and in the house. But maybe you'll catch me on the next album.
Now, if you're gonna emulate Jamie Foxx, you should be able to sing "Inty Where."
Sorry, not today.
Not today? Okay, good. Because I'm that girl that if I hear a note, I'll be like, and if I do the note, I'll be like Milli Vanilli. Y'all know Milli Vanilli?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'll be Milli Vanilli when I hear a bad note. Okay, can't stand bad music. So, what other instruments do you play, if any? You play keys. You play the steel pan. Do you play anything else?
Well, in the steel pan family, there's so many. It's just like an orchestra. So there's your tenor or your lead, and then you have your double seconds. There's a guitar. There's bass. So I play all
in
of
the
them.
steel pan?
Yeah, in a
Really?
steel
So
pan
is it very
orchestra.
hard to learn how to play it?
I would say it's acquired taste. So once you are versatile on one, then you can
Move to the
extend to
other.
the other ones. Aside from steel pan, I do play percussion instruments. So just a drummer at heart.
Okay, all right. So, who are your musical influences?
Yeah, so my main instrument right now is piano, but I grew up playing piano, snare drum. I was part of the marching band. I was also captain there as well. I played sax, trombone, and I played a little bit of drum set too as I was growing up. Some of the influences, definitely Stevie Wonder, Corey Henry, Herbie Hancock. Like I listened to Bob Marley. Like once I met this guy and we started playing more Caribbean music, I started listening to reggae, soca music. So those, I have a lot of influences. Oh, and I grew up in the church, and that's really where I got my start in piano. Like even now, he'll tell me like, "Hey, you sound like you're playing church again." I'm like, "Hey, I can't stop what I grew up on."
Listen, there's church rhythms in everything.
Yes.
It came from that, So what's next for you guys?
Well, this month actually, if we're talking about what's recently coming up this month, we do have a brunch that we're hosting at El Nacho on October 12th. So that's next Sunday.
Is that here in Jersey?
That's here in Jersey, in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Okay.
We're gonna obviously have the live band. We'll have some aerialists and some other cultural performances.
How about my friend Ty?
Yeah, I believe Ty is coming. I believe
Okay.
Ty, and if he's not, we're gonna have to get him.
Ty,
Just
'cause I
because you
want him to be
said,
there, thank you.
But if we get Ty,
Tell Ty I got him a new gig. or
and
another
if we
gig.
get Ty,
Then
we
I
have to see you.
come. I
Oh,
have to
okay, all right,
come.
we have it on
I'm
camera.
saying-
The other thing that we're really, really excited about is this is our second year at the Event Planner Exposition in New York City. And that is just a exposition where a lot of event planners from all different walks of life come and they
so
network.
you can get some gigs.
Correct.
Exactly.
The keynote
Good thing
speaker
is
is
you.
Damon John this year.
ooh,
So
nice.
they
Yeah.
have some pretty good speakers.
I
So
need to come to that too. I need to speak to him.
yeah. So catch us booth 2 right in front.
All right. How can our viewers stay connected to you?
Oh, yes. We have a multitude of different ways to connect with the Young Picassos. You can find us on our website at theyoungpicassos.com. We're also on Instagram at the Young Picassos 2, Facebook at the Young Picassos. LinkedIn, the Young Picassos, TikTok, the Young
We
Picassos.
the Young Picassos everywhere.
I got a tattoo, Young Picassos, everything Young Picassos.
All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And when I reach out to y'all, I want y'all to call me back now.
Of course.
All right,
Thank
now,
you
'cause
so
we family.
much.
All right, God bless. God bless. All right. I'm back with one of our wonderful sponsors. Thank you so much for being a sponsor of the Bistro out at the remote at the Jazz Center. How are you doing, Tony?
I'm doing well, Venus. Thank you very much for inviting me.
I appreciate it. So tell us a little bit about your group.
So the name of my firm is the Brooks Wealth Strategies Group. The Brooks Wealth Strategies Group is a financial advisory firm. We strive to mitigate risk associated with one's financial plan, as well as manage wealth. A majority of our clients are physicians, attorneys, business owners, and specifically physicians and attorneys that have their own firms.
Okay.
So it's like a partnership or they have a boutique, so that we can take care of the financial planning for the organization as well as the individuals.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
but we work with a number of people.
So is it hard to get people back on track? And especially for businesses, because to me, I'm looking at these businesses and I'm like, how come, stuff ain't together? What y'all doing? How can you be a business?
Absolutely. So I think for the business owner, each business owner has an expertise. And they're so focused on what it is that they do, whether it's a physician, whether it's a manufacturer, whether it is a fashion designer. They're focused on their craft.
Right.
And unfortunately, a lot of things go by the wayside. Their budget, they just know they've got to pay for this, they've got to purchase this, and they don't think about how everything should come together to
Right.
work. So it's to answer your question, no, it's not difficult if the client really wants it. There are times where the client says, yes, I know I need to do this, but from having a conversation with that client, I know the client is not really
Ready to-
ready
Okay.
to do what's necessary.
Okay.
Because it's a partnership. We have to
Yeah,
work together.
Definitely, and they have to trust you.
They have to trust me. And if they really want to do it as we lay out a plan, they will do what they need to do so that I can do what I need to do.
Right. And how long have you been in business?
So I've been in business for 10 years.
Okay.
Been in business for 10 years. I actually started in the financial arena back in 1986 out of college. I worked on Wall Street in sales and trading. And then I made a transition into insurance and wealth management. So now I have the Brooks Wealth Strategies Group, and I'm having a great time.
So do you have a large team?
I have a small team. So it's a team of 4 of us right now.
Okay.
And we cover the entire gamut, whether it's managing money, insurance, annuities, retirement plans. We can take care of all of the financial needs throughout the entire spectrum.
So after they've been on the plan, Tony,
Yes.
do you have some sort of follow-up process to make sure they're on track, or if they need to pivot, giving them advice on how to do that?
Sure. One of the things we realize whenever we're sitting down with a client is that there are things in life that will happen. So as we establish a plan, we make certain that the plan is something that the client can commit to. And then it all depends. If it's a weekly check, a follow-up, because I will hold the client accountable.
Great,
That's the
yeah.
one thing about it.
Absolutely.
Any client that works with me, they will be held accountable. So I will follow up. If we say, listen, we're going to meet next Tuesday at 4, I will follow up before the end of the week. Make sure you're on track for our meeting next Tuesday at 4. If you have any questions, concerns, bring them to my attention. And if you need to pivot for whatever reason, a life happens. It could be an illness, it could be an injury, it could be a death,
That's a job.
it could be a loss of a job.
Right.
So what we do is we will make arrangements and plans so that we can accommodate the necessary
that
pivot.
Yeah,
Absolutely
okay, Tony.
right. Yeah.
That's wonderful. So tell our viewers how they can get in touch with you.
So I can be reached at my cell phone number, which is the best way to communicate with me. It's 201-892-3911. And my email address is tony@brookswealthsg, as in strategiesgroup.com. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for being our sponsor. I really appreciate it.
It's been a
And I hope
pleasure,
to see
Venus.
again.
Thank
A
you very
pleasure to
much. I look
also.
forward to it.
Great.
All right?
All right then.
Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
I want to see your face in every kind of light. It feels a golden forest of the night.
Joining me now is a wonderful Soul Train Award winner, Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, phenomenally talented, velvet voice, captivating performer who blends the traditional and the contemporary and creates music that is timeless. Timeless. The beautiful Maysa is in the room. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And
I
you look
appreciate it.
beautiful.
Oh,
I
thank you,
can't
sweetie.
wait to hear everything. So let's get up close and personal, can we?
Yes,
All
absolutely.
right. So when you first started singing, you started out with Stevie Wonder, and then you joined a British band, Incognito, right?
yes.
And then before that, after that, rather, you jumped into your solo career.
I did.
How was it to do that? Was it easy to do that?
It was a transition, but I had prepared all my life to be a solo artist.
I know that feeling,
So
yeah.
when I got the opportunity, I jumped on it, and it caused a little rift between me and Incognito for a minute. But I only left for 1 year, and I came back next year.
So you're still with them as
I'm
well?
still with them, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So let me ask you this then. Do you recommend aspiring singers to start out with established groups and then branch off on their own?
Yes.
And why would you say
I
that?
think because you learn a lot.
Yeah.
By being with an established group, sometimes it helps you get your footing and learn a lot about how to deal with as a solo artist. It was great, being the singer, the focal point of the band. I didn't have much more responsibility than that, to do the recordings and do the live shows. And then once I learned when I got to be a solo artist, it's a whole new ball game because I
new
came
thing
the
to
boss,
learn. Yeah,
And so
yeah.
becoming the boss is a learning curve, but it was a wonderful experience, and I'm glad I did that.
And you started as a solo singer with them, as a soloist, not background.
Right, I started solo I did background for Stevie.
Yeah.
And then I did lead for Incognito.
How was it to work with Stevie?
It was so fun. He was
Yeah.
a trip. He's a jokester. He's a jokester.
Probably kinda like Ray Charles
some-
would have been, right?
Right.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
had some
yeah.
times when it was interesting working with him because he doesn't seem to have any blindness at all, and he doesn't carry himself like that. So, I mean, other than to have people help him walk around a little bit, but
Right.
he's very.
That's
Very
awesome.
much,
That's
okay.
awesome. So it seems to me, over the years watching singers and stuff, and I wanted to be a singer at one time, that people tend to be more successful overseas before here. Why is it still like that, and why do you think?
It seems like it is. I don't know. The time I came up in the music industry, it was a weird time. First of all, like myself and Dia Davenport went over to England at the same time, at the same years. I met her actually the months apart from us going over to England. And it seems like to build our success over there because they had such a respect for the music,
Right.
such a love for black music.
I think that's what
and
it
that's
is.
what it is, that
Yeah.
they had, it was no kind of, what was going on in the States at the same time was that Milli Vanilli, CC Music Factory thing. You have to look a certain way, you have to be this person, you have to have this kind of voice, you have to have this kind of thing so they could resell it over and over again.
Yeah, yeah.
And, but they were true to the music in Europe. So that's why I think starting there was, because when I first started, a lot of people thought I was, from London. So they didn't realize I was from Baltimore for a
Can
long
you do
time.
the London accent?
I can
You
actually,
can?
yes.
Well, you can act. Oh, good. I like
And
that.
when I came home, I was like, "Oh, can we turn on the telly?" And my friends were like, "Telly? Who are you?" So you back in Baltimore? You better tell her you're in Baltimore.
Now listen, tell me about this Maysa's Kitchen Karaoke Sundays.
Yes.
I bumped into it and I was like, well, what is this?
Yeah.
And I used to feel like karaoke was really something that people who couldn't sing did. You can sing, so tell me about this.
So I started Kitchen Karaoke in 2016. My friend Walter Beasley said, "Maysa, they got this new thing on called Facebook Live. I think you should, you know,
on there.
go out and do it, and you know, stay in touch with your people, music people. And I said, okay, I'll try it. And I tried it one night, and I saw something told me to turn on my music tracks and just sing to everybody for a little while. And we did it for about
concert.
30 minutes, and so the people, everybody was saying, hey, what? Because it was live. They was like, are you going to do this again next Sunday? And I was like, okay. So I did it again the next Sunday, and it kind of snowballed into this family of people that would come on every week. We were getting great numbers every week. It was growing and growing and growing. But when the pandemic came, we were getting 100,000 people a week were watching. And I've had some very famous celebrities watch. People, Bryson, Aretha Franklin used to watch. Like, it was amazing during the pandemic time. And when everybody was home and was looking for something to watch on the internet.
Yeah, that's how Pass the Mic got famous.
Oh, yeah,
You know, where the
Oh,
artist, have
yeah.
you ever been on Pass the Mic?
No,
Oh,
not
you got to
yet.
look into doing that. I
Okay.
can't remember the DJ's name right now, but he has an artist come on and sing, and then another artist come on, and they just pass the mic. Literally,
Oh,
you're in your
wow.
house from
Oh,
one artist.
wow.
It's been a really big hit.
Oh,
check that
wow.
out.
I gotta
Google,
check that
Google
out.
that when you
Okay,
get that.
I will.
All right. So now, right before COVID, you mentioned that you started your own record label, Blue Velvet Soul Records.
Yeah.
First of all, why blue? Is blue your favorite color?
Blue is my absolute
kinda
favorite
thought
color.
so.
It's been my whole
Yeah.
life. Yeah, and but actually, one of my best friends who actually introduced me to Stevie Wonder, we were trying to figure out names for that album, the album Blue Velvet Soul, and I said, I don't know. I said I want to call. She said, Maysa, your voice is like blue velvet. You should call it that. And so that's why I
Okay,
did.
so that's where you got that. Do you advise singers to start their own label nowadays?
Yes, please.
Is it really easy to do?
It's not easy to do, but I think you could find some mentors, look on YouTube, whatever you can do to get the information to own yourself. You know, I wanted to own myself. At that point in my life, I had done about 13 other albums for other record labels, and plus about 18 albums with Incognito, stuff that I would never own.
Right, that's
And
right.
I thought, I want to leave a legacy for my son and my future grandchildren so that they can one day go to the mailbox and get money from grandma. That's
hear
what I
you.
want.
That's
I want them
right.
to live a life not worrying about bills.
That's right.
So I had to work hard at this point from 2018 to now. I've released 2 albums and a lot of singles, and it's done very well for me.
So, what's one or two skills you need to have to start your own label, do you think, for others? to know?
I think one of the skills that you have the tenacity to understand that you're going to wear all the hats for a minute. You got to understand that part.
Yes.
I'm the mail lady. Like when people buy my merchandise through my website, I package it,
I know.
I send everything, and I go to the mailbox and I put it. You know, when my album Music for Your Soul came out, my big album, a double album, 19 songs that I funded. I funded my whole label by myself.
right.
I do concerts and I use some of the money to fund the label.
Right.
So when I got all the CDs in and people had pre-ordered, and I had to
gotta
do
sell
like
them
I
out.
did like 300 pre-orders, and then we did the pre-orders, and I took a video of myself going to the post office to deliver them.
Yeah.
And people said, "Oh, how cute! You acting like you delivering the device." I'm like, "No, I'm
am
literally doing
delivering
it." Yes,
That's
I
cute.
am going to the post office.
That's
so yeah,
cute.
that was cool.
So, are there other people on your label, or just you?
Not just me right now. I'm trying to raise enough money so I can sign other artists. But the way my mission for Blue Velvet Soul Records was, if I do sign an artist, they would, after I receive my money back and I make a small profit, they will receive their album immediately. They will own it immediately. I won't have
like
any
that.
decades of ownership of their
I like
music.
that. I like that. So your last project's Music for the Soul, right? And remix of your soul,
Remix for Your
Music for Your
Soul,
Soul, continues with the musical themes of love and human spirit, radiance, and dancing through life. Why is it important for you to bring these things out through your music?
Because I'm a messenger of God's love.
Yeah.
And I take my job very seriously, and I want people to feel better because we're going through a lot in this country, especially,
Yes.
and around the world actually. But I wanted people to feel better about their lives and help them through whatever they're going through, the sad times or good times. So I want to be there. I want to be part of the soundtrack of their lives. So
I hear
it's
you.
very important to me.
That is so awesome.
Thank you.
Maysa, you are so wonderful and such
Thank
a
you,
joy
honey.
to chat
Thank
with.
you.
So where can our viewers find you?
You can find me on Maysa.com, on Facebook, Maysa Official Like page, on Instagram, I'm at Maysa Leak Music, and TikTok
If I
especially.
say something to you, you're going to answer me.
Huh?
If I say something to you, you're going to answer
Yes,
me.
I am. It's going to be me. It's not going to be
That's right,
anybody
because
else.
we're lifetime friends now.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely,
now.
honey.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you, honey.
appreciate it. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
All right. This is a wrap. I'm Venus, wrapping things all up at the Hub City Jazz Fest Live. Wouldn't be possible without our wonderful sponsors, the Knox Group, the Farmer Team, Brook's Wealth Strategies Group, and of course, the Bistro Friends. Thank you for joining us on the Bistro. Be sure to come on back and see who we chat with next. Remember, it's never too late to live your dreams. And when you do, I'll be there encouraging you. Bye now.
Music is the answer. Sweet music is the way. Gospel, jazz, R&B touches you every day. Talk about how it moves you differently day to day. It's the R&B Bistro, where the music have its way.